If you have a school where you have students who are, maybe they're new to the school, they are performing low, a year or 2 years below or even more, they need to be able to read, and you don't have much time to get them to read. So I think the Reading Mastery Program is an excellent program for students who are extremely low, and your goal is to get them to read as quickly as you possibly can.
Those students, it's predictability. They understand what's coming next. Things are spelled out for them so that they can feel successful when running the program. But then over the course of a long term and through progress monitoring, we look back and we show them their scores, and they're just blown away by how much progress they've made, and they're the ones who've done all the work, and they can feel proud for the work they've done with a direct instruction program. And we get to implement the program and place them there, but they're the ones who are in charge of their progress and their success.
The best thing we can do for kids is give them the gift of literacy, because then they leave and they have choices.
Last year, we had a 5th grade student, and he was the kind of kid that you could never put your finger on why he couldn't read. This child had made the lowest score possible on his state testing every year. And by 5th grade, he made the highest score possible in reading, and he made a 3 in math and a 3 in science. And when we stopped him before we had the scores back, we asked him, what was the difference? And he said, this year I could read it. I could read every question and every answer, and I read every one of them.
He was rising, but then the summer slide hit and he came back below where he had started. So we moved him into DI math. And in a period, by Christmas break, we were talking about exiting him from the program. And his response to that was non-interest, essentially. He said, no thanks, I want to stay here with you guys because I'm getting it.
And that's our whole focus, and that's the focus of direct instruction, is teaching kids to mastery so that they know it, they can say it, and they can do it. And so it's a powerful thing to see kids sharing what they know. It's just really amazing. They're confident, they are smarter, and they want to share what they know.
At the beginning of the year in September, grades 3 through 6, we had about 60% of all those students in corrective reading. In February, we had 42% of those students in corrective reading, and then at the end of the school year, we now have 11% of those students in corrective reading.
They brought students on the stage to do kind of a show-off. Here's what we've done academically, and here's how much progress we've made, and they gave them Moving On Up awards for how much academic progress they had made. And I remember sitting next to a woman, an elderly woman, and her shoulders were just shaking the whole time, and she was sobbing. And she looked up and said, that's my baby, and he can read, and he's the first person in our family who's ever read. And that changes your life, changes your life.